Mind, gotta hustle and grind. Financial literacy always on my mind. I'm stacking knowledge, no time to waste. Gotta invest smart, gotta keep up the pace. I'm reading books, learning all the tricks, studying the market, making calculated picks.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Reckless Rated Narrow. We are back at it again with another episode of the Robinhood Portfolio Update. This is going to be for Bag Fortification Friday, which is June 26th. We are coming up on the end of the month. I'm excited to do the end of the month numbers. We're going to be doing that over the weekend. It's on my to-do list. I got a bunch of episodes to record for you for the first week of July. We're coming in to the celebration of America month, hot and heavy. We've got the portfolio update where we go over the primary income portfolio, the long-term holdings portfolio. We've got Operation Debt Crusher to see how we did on the debt and where we're sitting at with that. Obviously, we'll have our Bag Talk Future Financial Strategies episode. We're going to have our crypto portfolio update. And yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. I'm excited about it. There's a lot to be talked about, a lot of movement to make, and it's going to be exciting to see where we're at in this next step towards, I guess, what is it? Work optional, retire early. We're going into the 25th month. I'm really excited to shift the vernacular over to 25 because obviously we're counting them down because I can't wait. Because we're going to be making some adjustments, and the closer we get to it, the more annoyed I am with literally every facet of my existence. It's a weird in-between state where you're transitioning from one space, one tax bracket, one financial situation into another one. And as excited as I am, I want to go ahead and get over this bridge. But right now we're walking across that bridge, and patience is being tried. We'll put it that way. But before we get into the episode, go ahead and hit that like button. For those of you who've been here more than twice, go ahead and join the Wolfpack formally. Hit that subscribe button. Next to that subscribe button, after you click it, there's a bell. Click that bell. Turn all notifications on so that way you guys get notified when I'm dropping content. Normally, it is Wednesday, Thursday. The first week of the month, you're going to see me all the way through Saturday. Coming at you from different angles. And for the Wolfpack, don't forget to share the video. Let's jump on into it. I'm going to bring to the screen, make myself minute. The Robinhood portfolio. So first and foremost, we always go over the receipts. I do not understand why people do not show their portfolios, but me personally, I like to show it because I don't want you to think I'm lying, because people do that because it's YouTube. So full disclosure, we're going to run through the positions. First and foremost, we have LFGY with 23.91 shares. A good old dyslexia visiting us there. COIW, we are at 10 shares. QDTE, we are at 16 shares. We've got 3 shares of Hood. MSII, we are at 2 shares. And Ulti, who is a new entrance into the portfolio, we are at 347.8 shares. Moves that we've made in this portfolio, we did some tweaking. So MST is out. Reason being, I don't like volatility. I don't need that much volatility in this portfolio. This is going to become our lifestyle portfolio. It is tied to our Robinhood credit card. It is going to be used to pay the balance on the Robinhood credit card once we turn that into the wild. We are currently at a stage where I'm waiting to even start utilizing that till we get to 5,000, but $5,000 in the portfolio. I've already got the card because they force you to get it, or the window of opportunity for you to get it passes. So I just got the card. I just don't use it yet. One of the other deals here is I also want to be getting about, I'm gonna guess, I'm going with $1,000 a month on this card. So we got to get to $1,000 a month. Right now, we are not at $1,000 a month. We'll see that in the next screen. But I'm working towards it. And I figure at $1,000 a month, we'll clear out the margin. We'll stop using margin on this card. And we'll have whatever lifestyle stuff. So this will be like going out, gas, getting around town. I'm going to have, actually, you know what? This is going to switch over to a full daily driver. So everything will be on it except for the mortgage payment, because you get 3% back regardless. I don't have to do any, I don't have to worry about if it's like a bonus or something special. And I like that. So as this will be the daily driver, everything will go on it, and then I will just shoot money over from my brokerage to pay the balance for the extra stuff off. But predominantly, the money coming out of our weekly dividends will be going to pay down that balance. And I want to wait till we get to about $1,000 a month, because that's a good square number. And then as the money comes in, you can just pay it. And then whatever's left, when our big payments hit, we'll take out of the primary account and then pay the card off. But I'm doing some optimization. I do not like the high volatility of the way that it was swinging. So MST is great, but it's 2x leverage, and 2x leverage starts doing some pretty gnarly, ugly stuff on the downside. MSII is not 2x leverage. It's dialed in. It's like 1.2 leverage. And while it does go down on the downside, it's not eviscerating the entire portfolio. Now we are on an upswing, which is awesome. We had a little sale of our COIW because we are currently at keeping it at around $500 for that position, and we shot up over $500. So we sold off a few shares, bought a little bit more ulti. YBTC, we closed that position out. It's redundant. I'm getting ready to turn back on the Bitcoin spigot. I do not need a Bitcoin spigot over here. The yield on it was too low. That said, for the bull run, we might do a yield boost. Their yield boost Bitcoin payout, it's looking pretty good. It's only been out live for a month, so we don't know how that's going to do. But like, I'm kind of interested in maybe re-adding that back in at some point. But for right now, this is what we're going to be looking at as the portfolio for the foreseeable future for a while. Ulti, I am watching like a hawk. I know they got a lot of hype right now, but I was also invested in this project, made pretty decent money, sold it for a tax loss right before they reverse split. So we are keeping an eye on the ulti position, but so far it's been pretty stable and it's been paying. So our target goal is to get 1,000 shares of ulti and then just watch the position like a hawk. After we get the 1,000 shares, we're going to start rolling the ulti dividend into the MSII position and get that bolstered up. Another one that's been performing quite well for us, in my opinion, I like it, is LFGY. The COIW and the PLTW have also been performing pretty well. But, oh, geez, they out here running the cars tonight. Those are leverage positions, and I'm not going to be relying on a leverage position. So until we figure out what we're doing with those positions, because I do want to add more, because those positions are performing well, because we're clipping them as we get these boosts and then we're buying on the dip. So I do think I'm going to increase those two positions to a $1,000 around about their position. And then, in between riding it out, we are collecting dividends. So that's not bad at all either. So those are kind of my two active positions. Having MST in there with the volatility not being there kind of been a little bit of a pain. So that's what we're doing there. Let's go ahead and jump over to the next position. So we're going to remove that. Go ahead, make me big again. I'm going to stop that screen, add a new screen. Your screen. Go jump over to a different window, share that window, bring that window to the stage, make me minute. Now, for the context, shout out to Snowball Analytics. We are using this to kind of see forward and look where we're at in total profit. Total profit, we are at 21.7%. Obviously, with those sales, we hit some losses because we tax loss harvested the MST position because we were bleeding on that. Overall, we are up 21.7% in total profits, which includes the dividends, which in this portfolio are getting reinvested 100% back into the portfolio right now as it's building up. Now, once we release the hounds, some of that money will be going to pay, obviously, our Robinhood credit card bill. But we set ourselves a target. This is a little bit lower than the other portfolio that I have, but we've got ourselves a target set in here. And at the way that we're going right now, we are at 10% of goal, which puts us at current rate, hitting our goal in 2029. Now I might have to play with that, with the settings on there, because it lets me add drip and additional stuff. But, we've got kind of a nice little wave of upcoming monthly paying going on. So over the next 12 months, it's projecting that we're going to have $3,145.05. Let's go and look at the positions, see where we're sitting. So COIW, we are at a total profit of 87.72% because we're clipping the way that you deal with your leveraged portfolio positions. So that one's actually, we're going to get our money back quick on that one. Like that's looking beautiful. LFGY, we are sitting at a total return of 14.67%, which is awesome. MSII, we are actually up a total of 3.68%. See, this is what I like. I can deal with about 15% and on my positions. 15% in the red I can tolerate. If I understand it, we might go a little bit deeper. So like over in the main portfolio, Misty, well, actually Misty isn't in the red in total return. It's just in the red in my portfolio. So a little bit of grace there. PLTW, we are sitting at 54.31%, which is also sitting pretty nice. Again, another one that we sell off on the run-ups on those. Back down to the position size being what it should be, which is around $500. So tomorrow, if we have another boost on coin COIW, we're $10 away from another clip there. So like we might be getting a little bit more ulti. QDTE, another one. It's been a consistent, strong payer. That one we are at total return of 18.51%. No complaints there. Actually, with this few shares, like I almost feel like I don't get to like make a judgment till I get to 100 shares, because like these are, like I said, small portfolios. So it's like, well, there's $500 in the position, so cool. But it's just kind of doing what it does. Give us a few bucks here, a few bucks there, just easy moving. And this is one of my portfolio balancers. I need a little bit more of an aggressive balance, so we put in the ulti because it pays a little bit better. Also kicking up the dividend yield. Now, is it as high a dividend yield as MST? No, but you're also not dealing with the same NAV volatility because that 2x down is just unacceptable. So I would take a little bit less and, kind of ride this out and have it a little bit more stable, because we're going to be around 66% or 60%. And as long as we're above 50 for this specific portfolio, I'm fine with it. Like if I can get 10 grand in this portfolio and we're at 50%, I'll take it. I'll take it all day. Like we can do that. So that's kind of where we're at. With our ulti position, which we just recently got into, we are up 0.72%, which is awesome. Like we've had a total profit. We're doing pretty good there, dragging that cost basis down, which is always wonderful. And yeah, so that's kind of what we're doing. We're looking at I'm going to go ahead and go back to the dashboard here. We're looking at, obviously, I set the target to 30,000, which would be higher than what I need per month. I actually probably need to just adjust that to what I think I actually spend in incidentals a month and just have it be that. But actually, no, what I did was, the reason it's 30,000 is because that would be covering most of my expenditures. Like all my incidentals, to pay everything out of this account if I wanted to. That's keeping the lights on, mortgage, phone, all the fun stuff. Well, not all the fun stuff, obviously. I spend more than $30,000 a year, but most of the stuff that I want to do or that I care about or that's pertinent. Like if I had to cut to the quick and like this portfolio was the only thing that was generating, I didn't have the big, ginormous portfolio on the back end of this also generating income. This, if I'm around that $30,000 range, this will cover those expenses. But I don't want it to have to, because we also want to have the money loose within the portfolio to reinvest and stuff. So that's kind of where we're sitting. We're having a good week. We are potentially getting ready to be back in some very bullish sentiments in the markets. Obviously, our weekly portfolio, we have a specific goal for that. That's going to be covering a credit card payment, a specific credit card payment. That's going to be most of our stuff for the month. And yeah, we're just building it up. It's not going fast. Now, I did get a little side hustle money in, but we are so close to our 2,000 share target for Misty, and that's going to be such a big pivot for us that it's going to rearrange how I'm distributing money. So I went ahead and I'm putting everything that comes in over into that portfolio to get these last, like basically last 100 shares. So I'm scrambling to get another $2,000 into that portfolio before we roll into August. So I've turned a couple of different spigots back on. We're going to do a video on my take on MicroStrategy's leveraging. And so I'm going to do a video on leveraging because I got inspired. So I turned some stuff back on. We're making some plays to get that over that last hurdle. And once we get over the hurdle, we're going to have some levers in place, kind of similar to MicroStrategy, that we can pull, that we're going to be pulling regularly. Because if you have access to cheap money, no matter what the incremental size is, if it's cheap money, and by cheap money, I mean under 10%, you got to use it. There's just no point with what we have going on. It's like, yeah, like ratchet as far up as we can. So having my basis of what I have access to with my Robinhood, obviously getting that portfolio bootstrapped, we're using that cheap money, which is the 0% interest for gold members on their margin up to the first $1,000. So we're playing in that margin realm. We're keeping it around. I've peaked at 700. I will go as high as 8. But right now it's sitting at 5, which is a very comfortable level for me. It's in a safe zone. And I've got a $500 float. I go in there and check it every once in a while. It'll be down to like $300. I buy $200-300 more dollars worth of shares and get those weekly dividends, and the weekly dividends start eating away at it. I'm starting to see some more income coming in, and we're building that up that way. For the larger portfolio, like we know Misty's in the 20s, so that's going to be about $2,100 and some change. We are tapped in on the margin over there, but going into August, I do want to make sure that that margin is cleared out, because post August, we should only be tapping the margin for the money that we have moving around to pay off debt. And so I'm strategically thinking about how we're doing that moving forward, because once we get that 2,000 shares of Misty, that's going to be going downhill. And I know Misty, the volatility, oh my God, it's sunk out of it. Oh my goodness, the payments are lower for now. This is Misty was not a short-term position for me, so I can ride that, because also the NAV isn't going down. We're recovering the NAV. We're staying stable where we're at. Nothing has changed aside from the volatility on MSTR going down. And, there's YieldMax has also released a couple of other winners. Like, we got another position that we're going into, but we're going to talk about that on the portfolio update. So make sure to tap in. Thank you guys for tapping in with this video. Sorry for the rambling. I just do that sometimes. It's the ADD or whatever's going on up in my head. And don't forget to hit that like if you haven't yet. Don't forget, if you've been here more than twice, go ahead and formally join us. There's always more room in the wolf pack, and there's no fun in being the only person at your table that's eating. We ain't trying to get rich by ourselves over here. So go ahead and hit that subscribe. Join the community. We will be building out a community. I got some plans moving down the road. We're doing that slow trudge towards 500. Then we're going to have another trudge towards 1,000. Then we're going to have a trudge towards 1,500 and then 2,000, and so on and so on and so on and so on. Eventually, there's just going to be a bunch of us over here, hopefully, that have made money, are making money, are fixing our financial situations, or putting ourselves in positions where we own our time, and we are in a space where we are either retiring early or at work optional, or my personal favorite, working on things you want to do, stuff that matters to you. So, because then you'll have freedom. For those of you in the Wolfpack, make sure to share this out in the algorithm. Let them know that there's somebody out here who is telling their truth. Obviously, this isn't financial advice, but we're looking at my numbers, basing it on my experience. I'm testing things with my money, and you guys are getting to see how it works out. Like, sometimes it works. Well, actually, I mean, over the long haul, this has all worked so far. But I'm sure I'm gonna make some mistakes. I mean, we sold MST off at a loss. Like, some people will be like, "Oh, look at that!" Like, well, yeah, that's great, but like, overall, the portfolio is still 21% in the profit. So, but we're documenting, we're tracking. I don't know everything. I'm tapped in with you guys down in the comments. You guys let me know what you think. I'm letting you know what I think. We're over here building. And we're going to keep doing it. So I will see you guys next week. This has been another episode of the Robinhood Portfolio Update. Till next week, people, which will be next month. It's going to be July, 4th of July. I'm hoping that you guys are excited, because I sure am. It's one of my favorite holidays. Till next week, people. It's your boy, Reckless Ray Dinero, and I'm out. Peace.
Money on my mind. Yeah, focus, got no time for games. Nah, I don't play, man, I'm all about that financial literacy. Investing in my future, building generational wealth. Dollar bills, they be calling my name, but I ain't chasing fame, I'm chasing change. Learn the game, now I'm playing it smart. Putting my money to work, it's an art. I'm stacking paper, building my own empire. No more living check to check, I'm getting higher. Investing in stocks, real estate, and more. Gotta secure the bag, that's what I came for.